6. Now this one we're going to be doing cable braiding. So we've already done the ocean floor and the waves and the kind of idea. I really wanted to do the rolling of the tidal surf. So this one here is the study of doing cables, and I figured I had to do those in a hexagonal so that you can see how they will work. Now using your Bernat pop, you'll notice that it will really have a really unique look as the braiding will turn in colors as you're going to do that particular stitch. I also went a little bit step further, so I just didn't cross over once, I crossed over a couple times, and I think that you can have a lot of fun with this particular idea. So let's move on to week number 5, Ocean's Ecosystem, and today we're going to be able to do this cable work that you see. Now I am using treble within this particular one because I really wanted to get the height without a lot of work. We know that when there's basket weave or anything like back post or front post, that it can really suck down the work and take up a lot of time. So what I wanted to do is save some more time by doing trebles, and because they're doing trebles in the cable work, it actually doesn't create any kind of openness as far as like seeing through the project, but you get the height that you can appreciate. So let's go to the diagram on the last page. So on the last page you'll find the diagram here. Now when I left you on week number 4, we wanted to get our counts so that they'll work out properly, and we wanted to make sure that we're ending on the right count. You can always fudge it in the first time that you go around. If you're missing a stitch or adding a stitch, you can always do something, and I'll talk about that as we're getting there. So you're going to notice that the afghan is going to have a 3 crossovers. So you got 1 crossover, 2 and 3, and in between you have these trebles in the front post here in order to make those knots look amazing, like the cabling knots. So I was originally just gonna cross over a couple times, but I thought having 2 crossovers in the middle here would be a lot nicer in the look, and I thought that was pretty awesome. So we're gonna be using a lot of trebles in here. It's gonna be the trebles in the front post and in the back post. Now you see that I put down this, I circled this. These will always line up to each other. So these are the back post trebles and double crocheted. So it starts off with the double crochet to get us going, and then what's gonna happen is that it's going to have that in between all of this cable work. So once you get the first round established, you'll be able to see where that is. So what is really changing on this is the distance of the corners to the first cable that you will see, and also the distance from the last cable here, and they're both equal in number. So your goal is if your count is off at any point, if you did not double check, you can always fake it in the first time around, but then once you get that fixed there, the rest of them should follow suit just like you have. And what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna get you started with this particular sample. It's gonna take a little bit longer to get around because you are doing trebles, but then you're gonna benefit with the height that we're gonna go. So today we're going to move on from rounds number 34 all the way to 41. To get ourselves established, we're gonna start up and we're gonna chain a total of 3, and that counts as the first double crochet that you have. So it'll be in the corners of just double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Now this is the last one, so you're gonna be using a single crochet to join, and you're gonna be doing that all the way up through this clue. So you're going to start up, and once you get the first one in, the first post here will be a back post double crochet, and then you're gonna be using trebles. So you're gonna skip over 2, come into here, and then just do trebles, and then come back and get the ones and do it in front. It's easier if it's in front so you can see it. So if you would like to do it the opposite way, that's completely your business, but I wouldn't recommend that because it takes extra time. So once you get that crisscross done, you immediately just in the back post and then start the next crisscross, and you keep doing that all the way. If your counts are right, you'll get to the other side. There will be 1 stitch left. It'll be a back post double crochet, and then you'll be in your corners here of a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, just like you see here, and then you restart the next side. So let's begin, and I'm gonna really focus on these cabling that we're gonna do, and then we're gonna get started in row number 34, continuing to use a 5.5 size 5.5 millimeter size I crochet hook in order to play, and continue with our Bernat pop yarn. So let's begin round number 34. So right where you finished off, it was a single crochet to join. You're gonna start off in chain 3, which counts as your first double crochet in a corner. So your first post is directly below, just like you see. So it's just right here, and this will be a back post double crochet. So just wrap the hook and then just wrap around the post, come back to the back side, pull through 2 and 2. So it's a back post double crochet. So now that we have our first one done, the next 4 stitches are the cabling. So you're gonna skip the first 2, go to the third, and you're gonna do a front post treble into the third one, and then continue to the fourth one, a front post treble. Stay on the front side of your work. There's no back post required for this in the cabling itself. And then go to the very first one you skipped and access it from the front side. So there's no point coming from behind all this and accessing it. It's just a waste of your time. So just wrap in the hook twice, just go to the first one you skipped and do a front post treble, and then go to the second one that you skipped, front post treble. So once that's done, then what I want you to do is back post double crochet in the next one. So we are going to do back post trebles in the future, but not on this round. We're getting this established. So we look in to the next 4, skip the first 2 and go to the third for a front post treble, and do the next one after that, front post treble, and then come back to the first one you skipped of the grouping of 4 and do a front post treble, and then go into the next one that you skipped. So just go and do them in sequence. And then the next one here is a back post double crochet. So what I want you to do is complete that all the way to the first corner, and I'll see you there. This will provide a bit of tension for your project, and we'll move on from that particular process. So get to the first corner and I'll see you there in just a moment. So I'm getting to my first corner. So I have 4 stitches left, so this will be my last cabling, and I have 1 stitch left in the corner, so my math is done right. So I'm gonna show you how to cheat just in case that you decide that you cannot get the right stitches at this point. So we provided the stitch count numbers as you're going along. I know for the last clue there's been a lot of talk about not getting those single crochets right. It's just a matter of actually just having a little bit of patience and identifying the stitches as you go. So once you get that last cabling done, the one just before the corner is gonna be a back post double crochet. So let's say that you got this far and there was no stitch there. What I would do, don't tell anybody I'm telling you this, what I would do is do a back post double crochet around this last one here, and therefore you'll have that in sync for next time around, and so therefore your counts will be right, and then immediately jump to your corner. You could do that. So if you have too many stitches left over, so say you had an extra stitch left over, what you can do is put the 2 stitches, so just say that these 2 were empty, you could just do a back post double crochet around both of the posts together and then put them together and it sinks in. See? And really honestly it's hard to tell, but as a crocheter you would know it's there. But if you got your counts right, just simply just back post double crochet in the final one and then move to your corner. So the corner would be then 1 double crochet and then chain 1 double crochet. So then you're gonna start another side. So it's exactly what you already know. So the first stitch out is gonna be a back post double crochet, and then you start your cabling again. So just a front post treble, so skipping to the third one of the next grouping of 4. So when I say group of 4, I'm looking at only 4. Go to the third one, front post treble, and I'm about to change color as well. Off camera coming in to play. I'm allowing it to change color when it wants to, and it's just a kind of a fun thing. It's kind of addictive, this yarn, to see how where it's gonna, the colors are gonna lay. Of course if you like to color plan, people have been doing that as well. So here you go. So my orange is now in. So what I'm gonna do is the next one is just like what you already know. It's a back post double crochet, and then you start the cabling again. So what I want you to do is go all the way around doing the same concept, and I'll see you at the end of this round. This is round 34, and then we'll continue to round 35. So as you come back around, you're just doing your cabling, and I still have the last one to do. It's a back post double crochet around the last post here, and then I still need to go into the corner. So the corner then will just be 1 double crochet, and then we join to the top of the chain 3 with the single crochet join. So just going in, pull through, and then pull through to join. So I'm gonna take you back to the diagram because it's gonna get simpler from here, and I need you to hear my words because I literally do not need to take you through each row because it's just a matter of repeating what you already know. But I am gonna start you on the next one just to make sure you understand, and I'm just gonna point out a few things on the diagram for your convenience. So as I talked about before, is what's gonna happen is that there's gonna be a number of these back post trebles now. So we're eliminating the fact that we just did back post doubles. It's now going to switch now to back post trebles when they're in play. And I had originally that they were back post doubles, but it was causing this to sink in too far. So what I decided to do is just keep it as a back post double there, and therefore it was staying even. So there was a decision made in that. So you're gonna see the next row and all the remaining rows in this section will then be back post trebles. So what's gonna happen is that when we start off, we're gonna still start off with chaining a 3, which counts as a double crochet, and then we immediately just back post treble into the next one and into the next one. So you're essentially gaining these stitches as you're growing outward. So last time there was just 1, then there's gonna be 2, then there's 3, 4, and 5, and before you see this. So you can clearly now see where the cabling starts. When you get in between the cabling, it's still back post treble that you'll just maintain, and etc. So on the other side, again, just like what we saw, is that you're just gaining the number of back post trebles as it's getting bigger. So what I want you to do is that I want you to continue now rows number 35 all the way to 38. Now what you're gonna see in the next row that we have, or next round that we have, is that they're just straight up, and they're gonna be back post they're gonna be front post trebles that you see. So I'm gonna show you how to access those so that you can see it. Originally here I put it in as a double crochet and not even a back post, and it was getting too hidden, so I switched these out to front post trebles in order to keep the balance. So then the next row around after that, it's gonna crisscross again just like you did already, and then it's gonna straighten up one more time and then crisscross. So you're looking for a total of 3 crisscrosses within this. So I'm gonna get you started on row number 35, and then just make sure you understand that, and I want you to then continue number 36, 37 and 38, and then we'll meet back up there, and then we'll finish off the final 3 rounds. Okay, so what we have here is that we are going to start up and we're gonna chain 3 counts as your first double crochet, and that's in your corner. So what you see here is 2 posts that are available, and those are going to be your back post trebles. So wrap the hook twice and come into the back post and do those. So we are eliminating that back post double and changing it to a back post treble, for reasons I just said about keeping it even. So these are gonna be straight up. So the first 2 that are kinda hidden, you wanna kinda pull those out so you can see it. So that we're gonna do a front post treble. So just grab the first one, and it's always the second one that's kind of got a little bit of a peekaboo issue going on, that it's kinda hidden. So this is gonna pull it out and make it stabilized. So just going into the next post, peekaboo it out. Just move it around if you need to, access it, and then you continue to front post treble the next 2. And you can see that the yarn has changed color, so it's gonna provide a really beautiful mix within this whole section. So you can see the back post double there, so that's gonna be a back post treble this time. Nice and easy. And then you wanna do the next front post trebles again. So just get to the first one, and it's always the second one that's a little bit hidden. Just dig in your hook, pop it out and find it, and then front post treble. Okay, so all you just need to do is pay attention to your corners and making sure that you are growing equally. So if we review this corner here, we started off with the chain 3, there's your corner, and the first 2 here were going to be front post, back post trebles. So that means that when we get to the other side here on the first corner, you have 2 stitches that are left after the cable. So these are gonna be back post trebles. You're gonna come into your corner of a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and then start your next side. So the first 2 are gonna be back post trebles, and then you're going to continue with what you already know. So what I want you to do is that I want you to continue with this pattern until you get to the starting of row number 39. It's a nice easy way to look at it. I decided to have it crisscross 3 times that you see. So you got 1, and then it will crisscross again for 2, and then straight up for 3, and then crisscross again for the final. And I will pick you back up from that moment, and we will continue along in this stitch along. So I don't need to drag you through all of this. Just look for those corners and just look at the diagram, and you can see that that makes sense as well. So I will see you at the end of row number 38 at this time, and we'll pick back up and we'll continue along. And just for the record, I'm currently just finishing up ball number 3, moving on to ball number 4 next. So now I'm back and I have my 3 crossovers. You see the first one we did, then the second, and then the third. So if you look at the diagram, this is exactly where we are. Now the next 3 rounds are exactly what you already know. So if I backtrack a little bit, remember how we did a double crochet, and then we did 2 rounds of this back post double crochet to create the ridges. That's what we're going to do for the final 2. Let's go back to the diagram and show you. So at this part of the tutorial, we've just finished off round number 38, and now we're gonna progress. So now to start round number 39, we're only gonna chain 2. It's a half double crochet in the corners now. So we half double crochet, chain 1, half double crochet. This is the ending, so it has a single crochet to join. It's gonna be 1 double crochet in each of these stitches all the way to the next corner, and as I mentioned, 1 half double crochet, chain 1, 1 half double crochet. You're gonna come all the way back around. You're gonna half double crochet in the same one as the beginning, and then join it with the single crochet. The next 2 rounds, 40 and 41, is what you already know if you've been following along at this point. You're gonna chain up 2, and it's gonna be 1 back post into each one of these stitches going all the way across, and then on the corners it's 1 half double crochet, chain 1, 1 half double crochet. You'll come all the way back around and finish it with a 1 half double crochet in the starting one again, and join it with a single crochet. Same with number 41. It's exactly what you just did in 40. So I'm gonna leave those 3 rows rounds for you, and we're gonna go back to the project just to get you started, and let's begin once again. So just to recap then, you're just going to chain only 2. That will count as a half double crochet, and then you are going to do 1 single or 1 double crochet in each of the stitches going all the way around. So this is round number 39. Once you get all the way back around, make sure the corners are 1 half double crochet, chain 1, 1 half double crochet. You'll come back around, you'll half double crochet in the same one as this chain 1 space, which is the single crochet join, and then you'll just join it with another single crochet to the next 2 rounds will then just be the back post double crochet like you did already before. It's exactly the same thing. You're just gonna do it 2 rounds, and then that's it for week number 5. So I'm gonna leave that with you because I've already covered this kind of stuff already in the past, and it's really quite a simple idea to be able to follow through. Now I do know that these took a while, these braiding, but it really does provide a really cool look, and you can see the back looks amazing too. So that's it for now, and we'll see you then in lesson number 6 as we continue our stitch along together.